Hi everyone. So this is kind of an unofficial video. I just finished doing our arugula tutorial, so I'll post that to the group pretty soon. And next on my list to make today were these flavor bombs that Gina had posted about in the group a couple days ago. I don't know if that's what they're really called, the flavor bombs or whatever, but they were talking about Amanda Cohen, a chef, and how she freezes spices all together in ice cube trays and uses them to make specifically, I think, like vegetable fried rice or chicken fried rice or something, but you can kind of throw them into dishes as you need them. So I'm going to do that because I think it's a great way to use a lot of this stuff that we have right now. And I just figured I would pop on and do it in the group anyway. So the recipe that Gina shared in the group used cilantro, basil, and parsley. So it used 2/3 cup cilantro, basil, and parsley, and then 4 cups spinach, a couple cloves of garlic, and I think 2 tablespoons of ginger. So I'm using almost a cup of cilantro that we had in our extras box this week. I've got basil from the plant actually that I got. I have a little under a cup. I've got some parsley, and then I also have some carrot tops because I figured why not, I will throw some carrot tops in there. So you need about equal parts of those major herbs or spices. So we've got parsley, cilantro, basil, and I've got some carrot tops in here. And then I'm going to use my 4 to 5 cups of spinach that I have in here. So you basically just cut the stems off. I read the comments on the recipe link to cut the stems off. And we are going to blanch all of this together. So I have a pot of water here. And actually I need to grab my ice water really quick. I know that my ice cubes throw them in this ice bath. Sorry, I forgot to do this ahead of time. Alright, so like I said, we've got our 4 to 5 cups of spinach, and then we've got almost a cup of our carrot tops, basil, cilantro, parsley. And we are going to blanch all of that. So to blanch something, you just need some water, some salt. You bring the water to a boil. We're going to let it cook for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and then we're going to throw it in an ice bath immediately. You could do this in 2 small batches. I think I'm going to throw it all in this pan together and then try to stir it up pretty well. I really, really love this idea. And it will allow me to add more flavor to my foods, especially if I don't feel like washing or cutting something up, right? Sometimes you just don't feel like doing that. Smells really, really, really good. You can smell the cilantro that we got the most. So I will be posting the arugula tutorial that I did just a few minutes ago here in my kitchen. Made some really, really great arugula pesto that I feel like I could just scoop and eat by itself. Really easy. So we're blanching it, we're putting it in some boiling water. Wasn't quite boiling, so I'm letting it cook a little bit longer. And then whenever you blanch something, you need to put it immediately into an ice bath, and that stops the cooking process. And it's going to allow it to preserve it a little bit longer in your freezer that way. It's like I'm just making a big batch of like spinach and cilantro soup right now. That's what it smells like. So you could also throw some of your radish greens in here this week if you wanted to. I mean, I would try to keep the ratio of the recipe, you know, relatively similar, obviously, so you can use it how she recommends, but you can kind of play around with some of those greens in there. I will make sure that I repost the link in the comments of this video. So these are about cooked. So we've got, you can see they're like a bright green color. I'm going to put them in this ice bath. Stop the cooking process. I also blanched some arugula today in that video that I'll post, so that you could just get ready to blanch some stuff. It doesn't take that long, especially with greens. So we've got our spinach and those spices or herbs in there. We'll let them sit in ice bath for a few minutes. The other thing that you didn't blanch that goes in here, the recipe called for 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use some garlic scapes because obviously we have them, right? And I don't have any fresh garlic right now because I'm just using these as a substitute. And you did not want to blanch these. So you just blanch the greens. I'm really sad that I forgot to get fresh ginger. So that's the other thing it called for, was fresh ginger, like 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger, and I don't have any. And I feel like that really would make these amazing. So the next time I do this, I will definitely get fresh ginger. I just had a few minutes to do it right now. I didn't want to forget about it or lose the opportunity to do it. So I was considering adding some powdered ginger, but I just don't think that's going to be the same. I don't know if there are people watching, which I don't know if anyone, I don't think anyone's live right now, but I don't think that's going to work the same. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to do it without the ginger for right now. So you don't really need to dry these off. I stirred them up pretty well in there. You don't need to dry them off because we need some liquid in your food processor for it to blend. So I'm going to mix about half these greens. I'm actually going to snag a little bit of this water that I just blanched them in. And since I've got about half the greens, I'm going to use about half the garlic scapes. Puree this. So easy, so awesome. So you could throw this in an ice cube tray. You might want to put something so it doesn't stick as much, or you can use these like little silicone trays. So this is cilantro, parsley, basil, carrot tops, and spinach that Amanda Cohen, the chef, uses to turn what might be an ordinary dish into something that's super flavorful. I'm going to pop these in the freezer, and once they're frozen, I'm just going to store them in a Ziploc bag. And these are going to have so much flavor to them, so I could add them to fried rice, to stir-fried veggies, to other dishes, but I just preserved a ton of carrot tops, spinach, cilantro, parsley, and basil. Super exciting, and it's going to allow me to continue to use it for the next few months. So I will post the link to the specific recipe in the comments. And thank you, Gina, for sharing this with the group. I think this is going to be awesome. Have a good day, you guys.